Welcome back with me Axel, okay, and this is the gameplay for Boom Beach and we have to defend from Hammerman attack for today, so let's get started and let's do our best on the strategy. First of all, I'm going to try this first round and it's going to be very easy. Tanks, Rivalman and Heavies. Well, my base has like 2 ice statues over there, and I think that's the standard of every base that's going to put any of the ice statues over the base. And probably they mostly put like green statues or other stuff, purple and red mostly for the offensive players. But let's talk a bit about the ice statues, and are they really that useful for defending against the Hammerman? Well, let's do a little bit of trick over here. I'm not going to put the hotpot first or any other protos, but instead I'm going to get all of these ice statues into work. And let's see how far can I make into the Hammerman avalanche. And alright, here we go. I'm going to diamond this. Alright, you are free to go. I have no more defense currently on upgrades. So on the second round we have warriors and our troops rivalman. And here goes. And the first row of the troops are getting annihilated by the rocket launchers, shock launchers, and they are not going to pass the mid row of defenses. There we go, that's going to be great. Protos, intel as always. How about on the next round? And enough life probably. Alright, time for full assault. Let's do this. I saw grenadiers. There we go, grenadiers launch on the first time and followed by warriors and rivalman. The other troops still, that's not going to break any of my defenses. Just don't have any of the protos yet, so I'm going to keep the default layout instead of changing the protos or any other stuff, so it's not going to get tweaked on the first row of Hammerman. Here goes. On the next round is the fourth time that Hammerman will attack. I'm not sure if I'm going to survive against this, but let's just try this out. Sukas and grenadiers. Grenadiers again. There are so many grenadiers. Why is that? Rivalman. Oh my goodness. There are so many troops on the left and right side. Will they be able to break my defenses? Here goes. That's almost. Oh my goodness. They made it to headquarters. And grenadiers. There are still tanks on the left side. One tank. Alright. All tanks are getting annihilated. Well, that's medic over there. Medics, you are all gone. While waiting for these grenadiers, are they going to kill my headquarters? I probably don't think so, but alright, here goes. Shock launcher is coming to help. Plus, that one over there is still playing with my cannon. Alright. And those all grenadiers getting annihilated while you are running out of time. That's a perfect situation. And alright, lots of casualties for Hammerman. Here goes on the next round. This is the 5th round against Rivalman, Sukas and Medics. I think they are tough enough, so I'm going to put and deploy this proto over here. And it's time to swap against any of my other Hammerman layout. So going to save this original base layout and swap into this. Alright, there we go. I'm going to put hotpot over here. And then they are soft. I think they are all great. So just going to defend and let's try this out. If it's going to work, unboosted 2 ice statues plus hotpot. Alright, there we go. And the rocket launcher starts to annihilate all of those troops. And that's great. Sukas all over the place. Plus against the machine gun and flamethrowers on the right side. Hotpot starts to work and annihilate every rivalman like soft cottons. They are so great. And that layout seems to work properly on this round. And let's try out the next round, and it's going to be not that easy on this. What's that troop? Grenadiers and rivalman. Defend against, they are going to attack from. Alright, let's see over here. Critters as the first deployment. On the right side, I put like flamethrowers, mines. Oh my goodness, grenadiers on the left side, plus all of those rivalmen. And there we go, rocket launchers are getting distracted just by now by the critters. I wish that Riverman will use less of the critters. Oh my goodness, getting barrage. Oh my god, the first and the very tough defense getting broken up. And it's time to get for, I think, the R layout. For this, there are too many Rivermen left and just not enough power for getting this on the defense side. I still have 2 ice statues and just going to swap this hotpot with that mortar over there. And there are no other changes, I guess. And boom cannons, 4 boom cannons on each side. And they are going to kill the grenadiers. That's the purpose. Let's see if I could make it this time. And this hotpot over here will burn every single of the riflemen that come to pass through here. But riflemen on the left side, that's a flamethrower. And critters going to be blasted away by the hotpot. Riflemen again on the right side, and they are going to be annihilated again by the hotpot. Alright, more riflemen on the left side. Am I going to make this? Am I going to be able to pass this against all of those riflemen? And there we go, extra rocket launcher at the back that I just moved. And then the other stuff, I just made a little bit of tweak, and I think that's working on this round. And yes, that's great. So 2 ice statues and a hotpot 2 is just the perfect combination for getting this round of Hammerman from stage 1 until stage 6. So here goes the last phase of Hammerman. It's going to be the hardest, of course. There are lots of troops combo that is going to be put on this last phase of Hammerman. So I'm going to swap back and let's put machine gun over here. Let's find out how the troops will likely to invade my base with all of these ice statues. I think that alright, let's just find out. I'm not sure yet. Rocket launcher on the first, go on this. And I'm going to get on the right side over there with mortar. And then cannon still on the right side will slowly kill all of those troops. Oh my goodness. And scorchers. Let's get this fast enough. I think I won't make it on this round. And they are just too strong. Alright, they got me. Here goes my other layout of Hammerman. I think it's been a while since I last changed the layout of a Hammerman. And usually I don't do this. And alright, I just boosted up one of the ice statue that's going to help me against this Hammerman. Building damage, is that going to worth it? Or alright, that's the 2 losses that I just got from Hammerman. And let's find out if this will work on this round. And avalanche, here goes on the left side and on the right side. There we go, the same troops, heavies, riflemen. And again on the left side there are just too many of the troops. And here goes the hotpot that I just put on a mill. Well, and highlight a lot of troops. That's going to wipe up the entire troops. Oh my goodness, I think this is going to work. 2 tanks left. Are they going to destroy my headquarters? Oh my god. Well, almost defended against this. If only that cannons over there went a bit to the left, probably the tanks won't really be alive. After all, how about getting on the other layout? Let's move the mortars over here. Probably they are going to help anyway. Still, with 1 boosted ice and 1 hotpot 2. I'm not going to get any of the efficient way for saving the gold on this round because this is an analysis of any other, just a trial to get how effective the ice statues will be on this Hammerman. So this is just another comparison with 1 boosted ice statues. Here goes, and hotpot is getting shocked. So it's just the same way of Hammerman for handling my defenses. So the same shock. And alright, here goes on the left side. There are still scorchers. How to get these scorchers down. Alright, that's it. That's the answer. And there are still lots of Rebelmen left. And how is that possible? It's still the same layout and just moving out the mortars and not moving anything at mill, and it made a huge difference. Still a lot of troops to get rid of, and why is that? I think it's time to give up on the previous tries with just one ice statues boosted up, and it's time to double the power with the help of the building health and building damage. I think they are going to work on this round. How about getting this? Shock launcher getting shocked, that's why I put it at the back. And here goes mines, and working out in the end. I think the defense worked greater this time. And more of the Rebelman. Here goes Scorcher. Let's clean up the rest of the Rebelman that's going to protect the Scorcher, and then that's great. Mid-level defense are still there. Alright, tanks. There you go, tanks and medics. And going to get against my hotpot. Alright, hotpot is down. And I still have boom cannon, mortar cannons. You're not going to make it alive. So I think that's going to be perfect with 2 ice statues boosted up. Alright, clean up. Yes, victory is mine. So this Hammerman round is perfect with just 2 hotpot, 1 hotpot actually, 1 hotpot, 2, and then 2 boosted ice statues. So they are great, they are working perfectly fine as long as you know where to put the rocket launcher, boom cannons, and the other stuff. So I'm not going to spend any of those protos that I have. So it's all up to you, it's all entirely up to the player whether you want to save the powders or you want to spend more of the protos. And for me personally, I think protos are much more expensive than the powders. So powders are easy to obtain, and I think personally that's depend on the power stone chances statues, that how many of them that you put on your base. That's going to change the layout of your troops, attack power, and then the base defense power. Alright, so that's all I think about the ice statues, and I think that's all of my gameplay for today, and thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave thumbs up as always, and goodbye. Let's take them down. We got lots of cannons guarding at the front. Alright, there we go. Barracks down, the other defenses. I still have more GBs to spend.